Fire WTA Wuhan Quarterfinal Showdown. Expert predictions for Coco Gauff versus Laura Siegemund. Trophy. Wuhan. A city reborn through resilience, hums on the glow of 1,000 floodlights. The crowd spills into the Optics Valley International Tennis Center, a sea of color and noise, as neon banners proclaim one of the most anticipated battles of the WTA Wuhan Open. Coco Gauff versus Laura Siegemund. It's a night thick with energy. The lights glisten on the blue court like stars on water. A storm brews, not of rain, but of rivalry. Two women from two generations of tennis, preparing to test the limits of will, wit, and endurance. Coco Gauff, the fearless 21-year-old American prodigy whose name has already become a mantra for a new tennis age, faces Laura Siegemund, the 36-year-old German veteran, a crafty tactician who refuses to fade quietly into history. It's power versus precision, youth versus experience, fire versus finesse. The match isn't just about a semifinal spot. It's about identity. It's about legacy. It's about what happens when raw ambition collides with strategic brilliance under the unforgiving lights of Wuhan. The making of a modern champion, Coco Gauff's meteoric rise. To understand Coco Gauff's hunger, you must go back to where it all began. Delray Beach, Florida. A child prodigy with eyes as fierce as her forehand. At 15, she stunned the world by defeating Venus Williams at Wimbledon. At 17, she had already carried the weight of expectation. At 19, she became the youngest American woman to win the U.S. Open since Serena Williams. And now at 21, she walks into Wuhan, not just as a rising star, but as a star. Her game is a storm, a serve that cracks like thunder, a forehand heavy with purpose, footwork so sharp it feels choreographed. But her biggest strength isn't in her racket. It's in her composure, the quiet steel that says, "I belong here." Gauff's journey in Wuhan has been smooth, yet unrelenting. Straight set wins, dominant performances, and a growing connection with the Chinese crowd who admire her grace as much as her grit. Every time she steps onto the court, the energy shifts. She doesn't just play, she commands. And yet, in the shadows of her brilliance waits a player who thrives on disruption. Laura Siegemund, the master of chaos. If Coco is a force of nature, Laura Siegemund is a force of intellect. At 36, Siegemund has faced a grind of injury, the sting of doubt, and the whispers that her best days were behind her. But she's not here to relive her past. She's here to rewrite her present. Her game isn't built on power. It's built on precision. She is a magician with a racket, slicing, dicing, and turning baseline exchanges into lessons in geometry. Her drop shots? Wicked. Her anticipation? Surgical. Her ability to change the rhythm of a match? Unmatched. While Gauff plays to dominate, Siegemund plays to disrupt. She is the kind of opponent who can pull the pace out of a match, twist the tempo, and make even the most explosive players look uncertain. In Wuhan, she's been a revelation, outsmarting higher-ranked players, dismantling rallies with a scalpel instead of a sledgehammer. Every match she's played has been a testament to her craft, her patience, and her unshakable belief that intelligence can still beat speed. Now, she stands opposite Gauff, ready to test whether modern power can outlast old-school cunning. A clash of styles. The quarterfinal isn't just a match. It's a conversation between philosophies. Coco Gauff, Laura Siegemund. Power, pace, precision. Patience, variation, control. Aggressive baseline play. Defensive manipulation. First strike tennis. Point construction mastery. Explosive youth. Calculated experience. From the first ball, the tone will be clear. Gauff will strike hard. Deep serves into the body. Forehands aim at the corners and attempt to break Siegemund's rhythm before it ever settles. Her footwork will be relentless. Her aggression palpable. Siegemund, however, will refuse to play on Gauff's terms. She will slice, loop, and drop. She will make the court feel small when Gauff wants it wide. Every time Gauff runs forward, a disguised drop shot might greet her. Every time Gauff pushes deep, a feathered slice will die low. It's a chess match played at 120 miles per hour. The mental game, patience versus pressure. Tennis is 90% mental. And in this battle, that mental war could decide everything. Coco Gauff, though young, has already developed the mentality of a champion. She knows how to dig deep. Her comeback victories in New York and Paris were proof of that. But Siegemund's game tests something deeper: frustration tolerance. Laura thrives on breaking her opponent's rhythm, making them question their own instincts. If she succeeds, even Gauff's composure could start to crack. The crowd's expectations, the weight of being the favorite, they can all start to whisper. But if Coco channels her inner calm, if she leans on her athleticism without losing patience, she can turn this match into a showcase of maturity. She doesn't need to hit through Siegemund every point. She just needs to wait for the right one. As her coach once said, Coco doesn't have to win every rally. She just has to win the important ones. The atmosphere, a night of noise and nerves. Wuhan loves tennis. But more than that, it loves drama. As the players step out, the crowd roars. Phones light up like fireflies. The energy is palpable. Gauff! 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 Echoes through the stands. But just as loud are the cheers for the underdog, for Siegemund, the crowd that appreciates her artistry. The first few games unfold like a chess opening. Game 1. Gauff starts with a bang, 120 miles per hour serves, clean forehands. Final chapter. The prediction becomes prophecy. The experts called it before it happened. That Gauff's athleticism and focus would overcome Siegemund's guile. They predicted 6-4, 6-3, and that's exactly what unfolded. But numbers never tell the full story, because what happened in Wuhan wasn't just a prediction fulfilled. It was a moment of transformation. Gauff didn't just defeat Siegemund. She absorbed her, every trick, every change of rhythm, every drop of experience, and walked off the court a more complete player. As she looked back at the court one last time, she whispered to her coach, "I needed that match. She made me better." And that's the beauty of tennis. You can win and still learn. Epilogue. Under the Wuhan lights. The stadium empties. The lights dim. The night hums quietly again. Somewhere in a locker room, Coco Gauff is ice at her knees, earbuds in, smiling softly. Somewhere else, Laura Siegemund is packing her bag, knowing she gave everything she had, and made the crowd remember her craft. The scoreboard will show a straight sets win. But for those who watched, really watched, it was a two-act symphony of talent, tension, and timeless respect. Because sometimes a tennis match isn't just sport. It's story. It's soul. It's the moment the past and the future shake hands, under the same floodlights, on the same blue court, in the same electric night in Wuhan. Final prediction summary. Winner, Coco Gauff, United States. Scoreline, 6-4, 6-3. Key moment, Gauff's break at 4-3 in the second set after a 15-shot rally. MVP skill, patience under pressure. Underdog's glory, Siegemund's drop shots and unpredictability. Emotional takeaway, two generations proving that the game's heart beats strongest when talent meets respect. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.